Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, they stole Max's brain! That was kind of freaky. I don't know who they are, but we're going to go ahead and find out. By the way, I gotta say, I've had a heck of a time getting this series working. Like every episode, chapter, I guess, of Season 3, I had to reinstall because it would crash immediately starting up for the first time. Thankfully, once it actually got started and working, I didn't have to restart it, reinstall it again. Anyway, we gotta figure out what's going on, so let's figure out what's going on. I'm kind of surprised that the opening has Max there with his head intact. I think it would have been a nice touch had his head been sliced open during this opening. Or at the very least, him not actually just be there. You know, sometime I'm going to have to take a look at what all those papers are saying. Like, one of them was talking about Jurgen.
Thanks to our magnificent brains, most of us live out our lives under the delusion that we are in control. But are our brains truly in control? Makes you think, doesn't it? Engrossed in the thrilling cinematic exploits of their ancestors, the freelance police have had no time to ponder these eternally vexing questions. But in mere moments, they and you will be plunged headfirst into these murky philosophical depths when Sam returns from his ill-timed bathroom break to discover they stole Max's brain.
And, hold on a sec. It occurs to me that I forgot to adjust the volume for this. It is nearly twice as loud as what it's supposed to be, so let me go ahead and fix that right now. Alright, I fixed it.
Max? Little buddy? No, 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 no! No!
What happened?
Hey! What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know. 1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box, then bam! Out went the lights.
Through a fog of rage, darkness, and raisinets, I tried to remember what Flint Paper told me about interrogating suspects.
Rule number 1, don't let the suspect control the conversation. Get him talking, then surprise him. Interrupt him with a question, or call him a liar, freak him out. And if all else fails, bring little Miss Persuasion out for a stroll.
Stolen from the desk of Flint Paper, investigation pummeling. Try interrupting the suspect's story with a question or a threat. Really? They're throwing another gameplay mechanic at me all of a sudden. As if the psychic abilities that make things complicated enough. Okay.
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really. Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam. Anyway, someone knocked us out with a booming and/or bamming sound, and, well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us. Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
Rule number 2, timing is everything. When you hear the suspect lying, that's when you jump in and accuse him.
When you interrupt different parts of a suspect's story, you get different responses. The right interruption at the right time can break the suspect. Okay.
Yep, I was totally unconscious the whole time.
Liar!
All right. I came to before Jebediah, just in time to hear the telltale sounds of a brain being removed from a bunny. Obadiah, why didn't you do anything? I was afraid. Afraid that he'd remove my brain too.
Who? Who took Max's brain?
It was the space gorilla.
Skunk Ape.
Of course. He must have been released from the penal zone when the toy box was stolen. I'm so sorry.
Not half as sorry as that brain-stealing space ape's gonna be when I catch up with him.
Rule number 3, mole men are easy. To crack the tough nuts, you'll need information to prove your case. Sometimes you gotta ask around to get the dirt on the doers. Now, go get 'em.
Sometimes info from one suspect will help you break another. Remember to interrupt at the right time to get the info you need. Good luck. Yeah, I'll need it.
I wrote a mental note to thank Flint at Max's funeral and got ready to squeeze some punks. General Skunk Ape. I should have known. That space ape had wanted Max's brain ever since he found out it was special. Now that special brain was gone, and I was cut loose, drifting in the neon current, hoping for a lucky break. Hello, ugly. You're one of Skunk Ape's goons. Where's your boss? What did he do to my little buddy?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk-Ape since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional boundaries. Anyhow, since Skunk-Ape's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a science spinner. It's a very fulfilling, low-temperature job, more suited to a space ape of a certain age. Enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly seems plugged into the ins and outs of this gloriously filthy metropolis.
I just wanted to see that conversation play out.
But where's Skunk Ape?
I already told you. I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk-Ape since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional bound.
Then what?
Since Skunk-Ape's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a science spinner. It's a very fulfilling, low-temperature job.
Reevaluating your life choices? What does that even mean?
Skunk-Ape's defeat made me take a really hard look at myself. Honestly, is there anything more pathetic than a middle-aged space gorilla waving his blaster around the galaxy like some kind of teenager?
How about a dead partner?
The only way to break the cycle was to just walk away. Now I have a wonderful job as a science spinner and a girlfriend in the village, and I don't even have to shoot anyone.
How nice for you.
Enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly seems plugged into the
Rat? What rat?
Frankie the rat. He traffics in stolen merchandise in tawdry gambling rings.
Where can I find him?
He hangs out on the corner of Veni and Vidi in the Latin Quarter.
This is definitely going to be more complicated. So many options to choose from, and
Frankie the rat. the name left a bad taste on my tongue and an itchy sensation in my boxers. Still, there wasn't a rodent more plugged into the bad wiring in this city.
Wonder if this is how this chapter is going to play out.
Hey, rat.
Sam, buddy, how's it hanging?
My partner's got a bad case of a missing brain, and someone thinks you might know something about it.
Brain, huh? Well, I did see something unusual and brain-related a little while back. Spill! I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and Todesnachts and whatnot.
The city's full of lost little lambs, and most of the Bo Peeps are just leading them to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah. You want to hear this story or just try and get me all depressed?
Sorry.
Anyway, I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Skunk ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slides from Pismo Beach with the jellyfish on the water skis. Anyways,
My partner had a brain once. It wasn't the best brain in the world, and a lot of people said it was chemically imbalanced, but it was his. And now it's gone. Gone like hula hoops and print journalism.
what the heck are you talking about, man?
Sorry, got lost in the moment. Go on.
Like,
There's going to be a whole lot more dialogue in this chapter, I can tell. In case it's not obvious, I'm kind of hearing what they have to say, and right before it moves on to the next thing, I'm clicking the Noir option, and I guess that's triggering the monologue. I probably should have tried it with the first couple of interviews we had, but I was not sure what was going on, honestly.
like I was saying. So I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street. And that's all I know about the space ape what took your buddy's brain. No fooling. That's all I know. I don't know no more.
Sure, hide behind your crates and wait for someone else to do something. But one day, the violence in the streets is gonna spill over the gutters and stain your pretty white socks with the blood of the innocents.
Socks? I don't got any socks. I'm a rat.
And don't you forget it.
So now what?
So Russia says it's pronounced Noir. Okay.
One more time. What do you know about my partner's brain?
It's like I was telling you. I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the... Where? Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way, about 2 miles.
Oh, I guess that was the correct option.
Frankie the Rat helping a tourist? It was absurd. Absurd like Max was, back when he had a brain. So imagine my surprise when I found Frankie's tourist wandering around the bad side of town.
Wonder at what point we are allowed to, like, open the menu and save.
Oh! Ah!
You, foreign guy, what's your story?
Ooh, an American police shakedown! How thrilling!
Yeah, it's a real honor. Now, what do you know?
Well, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats.
And Frankie sent you here?
Yeah,
Dirty lion rat.
you know, back in Europe, I heard so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe Zauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe Zauberkrieg. might have been more of an ödeler Spokenfreundl affair. But I digress. After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ipple-skippled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. And you know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district. Maybe I am mistaking the Friendly Red's directions.
We have the option to leave this time. Okay, so if I hit escape... Okay, we actually do have the option to, like, save and stuff. Interesting words this guy is using, by the way. I wonder if they're real. So, why would we want to leave?
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threats.
Another lost soul on the highway of life, forced to get directions from the rats at their feet.
Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't understand your greedy American metaphors and allusions. Ausgewählt? I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
A hard rain's coming, pal. And when it comes, you're gonna wish you were only in a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
Your grimness is depressing, but something must be getting lost in a translation.
You're telling me?
So, as I was saying, after the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ipple-skippled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. And you know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district.
It's a strange land, all right. Strange and dark and twisted.
Please stop! I'm already ipple-skippled enough.
Sorry.
De nada. Anything else?
Well, this time, again, is grayed out. Maybe this guy isn't important. But I'm a little curious about the thievery situation, so...
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
Ultra super colored what now?
The Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. My people's word for a stunning battle between a strangely garbed man and an alien space gorilla carrying a brain in a jar. So, where was I? Oh, yes! After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ipple-skippled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting...
What?
Ipple-skippled! It's a common European word that describes the feeling of my disorientation combined with nagging doubts about a rat. Honestly, what do they teach you Americans in your schools?
Video poker!
So, what else would you like to know?
Where they went, possibly? I don't know. There's also the lying options and... Like, should I try all of these? I probably should try all of these.
Let's hear your sad little story again.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threats. Is that one of your famous American handguns? Fascinating. We don't have any of these in Europe, you know. I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden, at least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. Might have... Is that one of your famous American handguns? Fascinating.
Okay, so that's obviously...
You know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district. Maybe I am mistaking the Friendly Red's directions.
The threatened option is not going to work here.
Let's hear your sad little...
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's threats, but...
You lie!
You're right, it was more like 57 minutes ago. Yeah, but you American police are stinklers. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden the Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg.
Liar!
Nein, nee, it really was a Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. But more like a kleine Weltraumliebe-Wachzauberkrieg. But anyway. After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets. You know what else?
Liar!
What? Lie? How dare you make such an accusation without a shred of proof? When I get back to the hotel, I will report you to the European consulate at once.
Fine.
Fine. Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
I don't think we're getting any information from this guy. So this really is how this chapter is going to play out. Huh.
People in this country are so intense.
The tourists seemed like just another victim circling the drain, but I knew there was more to the story. It was time to circle back and flush out the truth.
Okay. So, let's circle back. I think. Let me think here, actually. Because I'm looking at the time, and the time says that the menu is not available in this mode. So let me get to a point where I can actually save.
I'm back! Now where's Skunk Ape?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. Never forget his fine.
Oh, there we are. And now I can go ahead and save on an empty slot. This one right here. So I will save, and there we go. I have saved. And it is important to save because I'm kind of out of time here. So, we're ending the stream. Next time, we're going to try this again and try to figure out where Max's brain is and where General Skunkape is. I wonder how he wound up escaping. They said when the Devil's Toy Box was stolen. When was that stolen? I forget. I thought for sure the toy box was still there when we started looking at that movie reel thing. I don't know. Hopefully this chapter will not be as complicated and confusing as it first seems.